Hey guys, in this video I hope to cover anything and everything that you'll want to know about. This is going to be my first full analysis on the recent stream, but if you want to watch the stream for yourself, you can find a link to that in the description. So let's get right to it, shall we? First off, they show the inventory screen and just let us know exactly how light and levels will work. As we know, level determines access to certain gear and equipment, not just quests. So you can't just equip the best stuff right away on day 1. You're going to have to level up to 40 if you want to wear the new legendary and exotic gear because it requires max level. And speaking of level, your current level is going to be transferred when you start playing the Taken King. So if you are 34 now, you'll be 34 on the 15th of September. Also, it doesn't matter if you unequip your armor because Bungie is keeping track of your highest light level total. As for attack and defense values, they are now averaged to constitute your total light score. A blue item in the weapon slot and a sea of legendary gear will bring your light total down, even if your armor is all on the same level. So for example, if all of your armor has 190 defense and all of your weapons have 190 attack, you'll have 190 light. However, let's say you have all 190 defense armor, but your weapons are 230 attack, then your light is going to be increased because of that. To put it simply, the higher your attack and defense, the higher your light level.
So now this is visible on your top level character screen. It's actually just a product of all your gear now instead of being a single stat on like just a couple pieces of armor. So if you look at a helmet, for example, you see you've got 190 defense. And defense and attack, they both just combine together. It's kind of an average and shows up on your character
so
as
my
your
light level is an average of my attack and defense on my entire character.
That's right.
So all of these 190 items, the average would be 190. So what's bringing me down right now to 186?
You might have a bad item equipped on one of your slots or something like that. See, yeah, you just got to go shell, which is a bit lower level.
And ghosts have light now.
Yep, ghosts have light now. Your class slot has light now. These are all contributing towards making your character stronger. So there's, there's more to pursue. You're not just doing a raid for like one of 4 slots that actually matter. Everything matters now. Everything's helpful for your character.
Everything you do progresses you. Everything that you do contributes to a higher level.
Next, we've got the stat tiers. These will provide a quicker cooldown as you're used to, but now they're much easier to gauge because it lets you know the reduction up front. You can see the strength timer, but the discipline and intellect don't show up because the grenade and super wasn't unlocked for him in the test build that they were using. And now let's head over to the quest tab. Part of your daily ritual when you log into Destiny will be deciding what progress you can make on the many new quests that the Taken King will offer. You can hold up to 32 quests and they'll provide concrete rewards that you can count on. For example, Remnants of Darkness will offer a heavy weapon upgrade. There's also tons of new bounties designed to be done while you're doing what you want to do, so you won't have to go out of your way to do something with little benefit. You can hold up to 16 bounties and turn them in right from the quest tab. You'll also be able to track up to 4 bounties or quests.
Here for a second. You can see the progress towards your bounty right here in the HUD, which is awesome. No like switching into your inventory screen and tabbing over and then looking at them individually. Like it's right there, the ones you want to see all the time, which is just it's awesome, right?
Ready access.
And,
cool.
and the quality of life there is great. And then if you go back to the quest screen and look at bounties, you'll see 2 of these bounties have already been completed. One of the key changes we've made here is you can now turn in your bounties from anywhere you are. So you don't have to go into the tower to turn them in. Immediately get your reputation and your experience right then and there.
Vanguard rep. Looking good.
Next up, the Spark of Light. This consumable can be used on one character, and it will immediately boost that character to level 25, with the appropriate gear for that level. You'll need to be at least level 25 to start playing the Taken King campaign, so use this if you're not 25 yet, or if you've got an alt that you just started.
Where am I going to find this?
This will be waiting for you on your postmaster.
Okay, so I create a character, I take it on that first mission.
Yep.
I learn how to aim down sight and shoot, and I get the basic tutorial.
Got to get to the tower first.
Yeah, eyes up, Guardian, and all that stuff.
Earn your grenade.
Earn your grenade. Meet the what are we calling it? Are we calling it the North Ghost, the Noland droid, whatever we want to nickname the successor? So we go through that first story mission. I arrive at the tower. This is at the postmaster, but I am not personally a new player of Destiny. Obviously, if that Solar Titan looks pretty cool, and it does, and I want to get my hand on that Hammer of Soul, and I do. For all you Titans out there, I'm about to break ranks, and I'm about to join yours and share some time between my Warlock and my Titan. I can create a new Titan, and applying this to my new character, I become a level 25 character.
Yeah, it gets you up and running.
Okay, so the starting line for the Taken King is level 25.
Yep.
And this gets us there.
Now, let's head over to the speaker. As you can see in his inventory, the material exchange is still there, but no etheric light appears to be in the loadout. The speaker also sells rare quality ghost shells now that have perks and defense. They say that the speaker's class item perks will be focused on abilities that will help you advance, while the ghost perks will be collection oriented, including new talents that allow you to detect helpful resources like Spirit Bloom. And next, collection vendors. There will be a shader, emblem, ship, and sparrow collection vendor that will house all of the stuff for you. Emblem collection sorts your emblems into different categories, such as those from House of Wolves, Taken King, The Dark Below, and even faction emblems. At any point, you can requisition one of these to fill your inventory for use. These vendors will keep track of what you've already acquired and also show what you have yet to get, so you know how to get it. Now, here's something I'm really excited about: faction allegiances. Once you align yourself with a faction, which you can only do once per week, you're going to earn reputation with that faction in addition to the Crucible and Vanguard reps. Also, all of Year 1 reputation gains carry forward, so don't worry about grinding out rep when you pledge allegiance to a new faction. If you're rank 50 now, you'll be rank 50 in the Taken King. Factions contain their own material exchange now too. You can donate excess materials for free rep toward a given faction. So it's going to be much easier to increase your rank, especially because most people will have a ton of these materials already. Factions also have rank-based quests, which you reach at a certain rank. As for the faction packages you get in the Postmaster, Bungie promised better rewards for them. They say that you are guaranteed something legendary with a higher chance at getting a rare shader. And most importantly, once you've acquired one of these shaders or emblems, you won't get duplicates in future packages. Also, you can see from this gear there's a lot of new perks and armor that expand their roles beyond ammunition boosters. For example, there's reactive and proactive perks that boost stats after taking damage from an elemental source. This is going to incentivize you to collect armor for every situation in a very RPG-friendly way.
So the faction packages are much improved in Taken King.
Yeah.
You're not just going to get a single shard from them anymore. Sorry about that. The faction packages are a guaranteed legendary now, in addition to some strange coins, motes of light. And then the other thing that we've changed about how they work is there's a higher chance to get things like the shaders or
Like the
even the
Revenant
emblems
shader.
now. Good old Revenant,
Good
like
old
everyone's
Revenant.
favorite.
Yeah.
The important change we made there, though, is that once a shader's been added to your collection, it is taken out of the stream, so a different one will drop instead. So,
Less duplicates.
yep, fewer duplicates. You're guaranteed to eventually get the shader that you're chasing.
Okay, now let's move on to my favorite activity, PvP. Destiny's PvP is getting the questification treatment as well. Crucible quests start as early as level 5 and carry you throughout your Destiny journey, adding a sense of progression to it all. As for the bounties, if you complete all 5 weekly Crucible bounties, you'll get access to the final, most difficult bounty, which rewards Nightfall quality gear after completion. As for the Quartermaster, he will have weapon-specific Crucible bounties for you to complete. And as for legendary marks, these will be tied to your account. If you earn them on one character, you can spend them on another. Legendary marks are going to be earned by doing PvE and PvP playlists, and also by dismantling legendary gear. Bungie will also be removing the weekly cap on grinding this new currency. There will be no limit to how many legendary marks you can earn in a week. However, you can still only have 200 at any time, so that limits how many you can hold. To earn more, just spend them. Your existing Vanguard and Crucible marks will be converted to commendation packages that you can cash in for quick and easy reputation. And your Crucible rank is transferring over, just like the other factions. Okay, next up, exotic blueprints. This is a collection vendor specifically for your exotic weapons and armor. I think we've received more questions about this than anything else, so I'm going to spend extra time on this to make sure I explain it thoroughly. Similar to the other collection vendors, once you find an exotic, it's going to be added to the exotic blueprint vendor. Once you own it once, you'll always have it, even if you dismantle it. So you can essentially buy exotics for every character if you want, but it's going to cost Glimmer and an exotic shard each time you take one out. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Some of the exotics are getting a Taken King treatment. Not all, but some. For example, there's a new and improved Light Beyond Nemesis that has an intrinsic perk that you don't need to unlock, plus brand new perks, and it also has a fully upgraded defense right out of the box. So keeping on the same example, if you already own Light Beyond Nemesis, you can immediately purchase the Taken King version of it. So you might be asking yourself, what about my favorite weapon? Well, they simply say that some exotics will be brought forward, but not all. From what we've seen so far, the following weapon should be getting a Taken King makeover. I also noticed that Year 1 version of Necrochasm has been updated too a little bit.
So people actually haven't lost any effectiveness.
Oh,
like whatever you could kill with Suros on
still
September
hits.
14th, it's just as hard on September 15th.
Yeah,
it's
your-
just math. Like the
your
numbers
guns-
have just changed.
Your guns hit just as hard, and your armor is just as good at protecting you. So, yeah,
It's like we switched over to the metric system.
yes.
Moving on to the Cryptarch, I'm just going to let this speak for itself.
Only a little change to the Cryptarch, but I think it's one that people appreciate. So besides being able to go to him, and he'll actually sell you some engrams now for legendary modes.
Are they really legendary engrams?
They are really legendary engrams.
They're not
so-
going to decrypt to greens?
Yeah,
I follow this guy on Twitter. He's a real pain in the ass.
Oh, isn't he?
They won't turn into shards anymore either.
They don't turn into shards anymore.
So
though,
that's a weapon.
Yeah.
That's a
it
special
might even
weapon.
be an exotic. So
Okay, so one of the biggest improvements in my opinion is the Gunsmith, because he's so much more useful now. He's still got the usual stuff, but he also has field test weapons. These are essentially bounties, where you can take the weapon and kill some targets, and then you can earn Gunsmith reputation this way. Once you rank up with the Gunsmith, you'll be able to purchase Foundry orders, and these are weapons that you can pick up every Wednesday, aka Arms Day. And the Foundry order weapons will reset each week.
once you hit rank 1 or higher, you
Yeah.
can go to Banshee and look at the things he has available in a given week and pick 1 or 2 of them.
Okay.
So because you're rank 0, you can't accept any right now,
Yeah.
but once you rank up and at higher ranks, you can have more of them at a time. And what an order does for you is it says when the next Arms Day, which is on Wednesdays, the next Wednesday that rolls around, his delivery will be here for you, and you'll be able to come and pick up the weapon of the type that you chose.
So does this coincides with the weekly reset?
It's the day after, in fact.
Day
So,
after, okay.
yeah,
So Wednesday is going to be New Gun Day in the Crucible.
that's right.
So again, this is another deterministic way to get something sweet in the
Yep.
game.
Yeah.
You can look at what he has available, and you can pick the ones that you're interested
So
in.
these aren't engrams. I'm actually, if I buy this, I'm actually going to get a Haka
Jinkugo
D. Okay, good.
Heka?
I thought it was pronounced Heka.
Haka? Actually, there's a huge culture war at Bungie right now between the Dutch and the Germans.
Yes.
So it depends on who you ask. Haka
History
or
repeating
Heka
itself.
or yeah. So I don't know. I guess we're just going to have that be potato and potato in the world of Destiny.
And if you're wondering about reforging, well, they didn't mention it at all. We did get a quick glimpse of the reforge option still available, but as you saw, it was only for the House of Wolves weapons that we had equipped. So my guess is that reforging will still be available, but only for legendary House of Wolves weapons. And that essentially means it's gone, since no one is going to be using House of Wolves legendary weapons since they can't be infused. Next, let's talk about Infusion. This is sort of like Ascension, but with a twist. Infusion will work for Year 2 legendary weapons and armor, and Year 2 exotic weapons and armor. Let's say you've got a legendary scout rifle that you really like, and you have a Year 2 legendary primary that's a higher attack level than the scout rifle that you want to infuse. Then you can sacrifice it and absorb some of its attack level. Infusion is only going to work on Year 2 items though, so if the Taken King symbol isn't at the top right corner of an item, then you can't infuse it.
So now this is a 288, and I can keep walking these weapons or pieces of armor up and keeping them current. Because we're really trying to deliver on people being able to find things that they're excited about and keep them and customize their character, keep them with them.
This is a Destiny Year 2 feature.
That's right.
This works on Destiny Year 2 weapons.
That's right. These are found on all the Year 2 weapons and all the Year 2 armor, legendary weapons,
Yeah.
exotic weapons,
Yeah.
legendary armor, exotic armor.
So this allows me, if I get a legendary item that I really like, but might be medium level in terms of its attack or defense,
Yep.
and I like the way it looks, or I like the talent combination on it, I can continue to pull this thing forward by
That's right.
essentially using other items, other higher power items as fuel
That's
to
right.
to upgrade this thing.
Yeah, you can use higher level legendaries. You can even use higher level blues if you find them
Yeah.
as fuel to make your legendaries and your exotics stronger.
So this is another way it's going to let people look different in the end game.
That's right.
Right.
And last but not least, the Vault. I covered this pretty extensively in the other video, but as you can see, you've got a ton more space now. In addition to the collection vendors, you're going to be set on space for a while. I did want to point out that it looks like we may be getting a legendary version of the Stranger's Rifle too. This also might be part of the exotic quest line for No Time to Explain, in the same way that Eidolon Ally was the precursor for Necrochasm. And then of course, the sword. This thing looks like it's going to be awesome. It looks like it's going to equip your heavy weapon slot, and personally, I just can't wait to use it. Hopefully, it works a little bit differently than the Halo sword, like maybe we get a few more attacks with it, but there's some interesting stuff on it that I can't wait to try out. And that about does it for this first stream. We got to look at the new emotes, but I'm not sure if these are the collector's emotes or what. Also, there's going to be a tournament this weekend hosted on Red Bull's esports Twitch page. Dado, Triplewreck, Inkuch, Fizzor, Imtash, KJovi, Flamesword, and myself will all be at Red Bull HQ playing Rift. The stream will take place on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so be sure to tune in to see what could be the PvP event of the year. On August 26th, there's going to be another stream as well that will focus on one of the new strikes on the Dreadnought, and I'll be covering that too. I really cannot wait to get my hands on this expansion. I want to try out the Night Stalker subclass. That just looks like so much fun. I'm interested in trying the new sidearm weapons as well, just because I really liked the way they presented themselves in House of Wolves, but hopefully with a little bit of refinement, they're going to be even better. Also, I can't wait to try out that sword. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.